number 1. RNG look to test yet another team. Vici Gaming hoping to withstand the punishment as we get into game number 1 here of week 3, day number 6.
Ah, help!
That's a good light binding. Soutwind walks out of trouble, and Beijing about to erupt for that close call.
We just drop shipped into this game about a minute into. This is what I love and hate about how late we get into our level 1s is because for that one, I love it because you just see him in the action. The chopper view of Soutwind just trying to fight for his life. Of course, double binding is always nice.
There's a lot going on in the LPL client, and we get into it in a minute. We also see new timers in our top right and top left. Baron is 18 minutes, by the way. So we've got a while to wait. I'm sad they don't ping Rift Herald, or at least put him up there. And Colonel's decided to weigh in on this one, Raz.
So take a look at, outside of the Colonel, the runes choices here. The Keystones, Comet for Ming already shows you what he's thinking about. Just that poke is what he wants.
Yeah.
I've not seen that much Comet on a Karma support at all. So seeing that as an option, instead of Airy, is interesting. And you start seeing the, of course, Guardian there for Southwind. Guardian seen Guardian on Lux before. It started out as Aftershock for Lux, but introduced her into the bottom side of the map. But Guardian dealing with a lot of range matchups, so you always can deal with the poke. So that's what that's what the focus is. I just want to see what Puff can do in the lane, because yeah, teleport here versus the heal. So combat sums for Uzi and Ming, and Puff can probably get a good lane base off of this.
Well, Ming, I'll be curious to see if we see more of that Q-Max on the support ever since the Inspire changes in the Karma, the shield. It's been a very different supporting position. So Ming taking the aggressive choice, expect to see the aggressive response in the skill set. But Raz, I want to break this down a little bit further as Southwind misses a binding as to what else to look for across the map. Because the bottom lane looks to be constantly shoved, but we're talking more about mid and more about top.
So I want to see what the wave looks like in the top lane. When we have these discussions, a lot of the times you need to take the wave control into account. So thankfully we're looking at it. Langx having a good push in trade. That's actually scary, because Youngdang ended up going for a full clear bot side to top side. Well, Gragas is pathing away from the Jace. So it creates an opportunity for the gank. You already see great ward there. It should be pinged out because Chelizi is seeing Jace walk out of the lane, makes it so now Rek'Sai is incentivized. Just go for the full clear. Don't look for a top lane gank at all. If you take Scuttle Crab, you'll be seen in the process.
If Langx falls behind in this game, you look at the mid game, you look at the poke that's going to come out from RNG, nullified. And Vici Gaming can work more towards what we talked about in champs, like the team fighting potential out of Chelizi and an out of core.
Yeah, so we get to that stage of the game. That's something we should focus on. Corn on Rise is always devastating to see. One thing that I really love to see, he's going for the gank still, actually. This should have been pinged out. I don't think this is a good call from Youngdang.
Langx still has the flash available. Youngdang committing to it anyway. I think Langx was going to think otherwise. Bops him back, still has the summoner available, and it's going to be spun a little bit as they get the stun underneath turret. They'll do a bit of damage, but apart from that, nothing else burnt.
That was still a worthwhile gank at the end of the day. Made it so Chelizi was able to push him off, and now he's going to have a stronger lane. So Langx played and baited that a little bit too hard for my liking.
Seems like he is the double bluff from Youngdang. You think I'm here, you think I'm not. But ended up being there. So, worthy trade, half health, corrupting potion in the top side after TP was used.
So back to my point about Corn. Corn as a player, a lot of people think that he's old, washed up. Those are kind of things you hear from the western side of the community.
Right.
He's still incredibly young. That says a lot about a player that went to World Championships, and he was like, I don't actually remember how old he was, but at this
like 5 years ago.
He's 21, but take a look at the gank coming through. That's a lot of damage.
Now you're in a 2v2 though, Raz, so we look at the bottom side, live binding lands again, but it doesn't matter because Uzi takes the brunt of the damage, and first blood over to Vici Gaming and Youngdang, mind that. So you look at the top side, and Karsa's gone for the bop himself. A 1-for-1 trade eases that for RNG.
Yeah, no wards across the board to be able to catch the ganks coming through. At that point, Kennen should have had a good mind on that one. The moment the gank happened on the bottom side of the map, he should have known he was immediately on the weak side. So, kind of stuff that goes through. And of course, he already knew he was on the weak side. Should have recognized that because the bottom side gank wasn't contested, or that they already got a good kill on the bottom side. So he, as a team, they had a net win until that point happened.
Also means that the Jace picks up the kill, and in that trade, Langx going to be very happy about that one. Gets the shove, gets the back, and the bottom lane for Vici Gaming comes up big after Pup almost died.
Look at how much damage the Xayah feathers ended up doing. Taking Lucian out of the play immediately. Easy to just talk through this one and say that there was no wards to catch him out. So, and Chelizi trying to get a full shove on this, because I can see what's going on in his mind at this point. He wants to get a full clear here. Jace can hold the wave, so he would not want to just have his entire wave just kind of screwed over.
Yeah.
He wants to get the full shove, and he takes too much of a risk.
And as I mentioned, the kill up there on the top lane before, I want to take a look back because it was Youngdang who picked up the kill in that small trade and got first blood. Now on the bottom side, picked up the skirmishes, has himself boots as well. So a small jungle lead in a game that we thought Karsa would be owning the majority.
Yeah, just the matchup though. I mean, end of the day, you
Also
always
true.
think that Rek'Sai's early portions of the game 100% outmatches Gragas, but you always have to be concerned about the gank ability there. Let's take a look at Karsa always being in the area, just to hover over. Now that minion. Minion decides he's going to start attacking the backline wave, so that he does catch out Gragas moving through the lane.
That's irritating.
I hate it.
Gragas walks through anyway. Going to see comes the shove in the bottom lane. Uzi and Ming in full control. Karsa now starting to impact here as well.
Great invade.
Xiahu's
Xiahu had a shove here, and now they're going to just push Youngdang completely
Karsa's
off.
level 6 as well. Let's not forget. Explosive cast into Scatter the Weak. Unleashed power. That was clean from RNG's mid 2v2.
That was just lethal too. The last tick on the ultimate from Xiahu ended up killing him. They thought they would have gotten the stun off of that one. Just didn't work out for them. But still, easy kill on Youngdang. And they also take the red.
Kill goes to the mid lane. One apiece for top and mid here for RNG.
This is the discussion we were talking about with RNG. Early game bridges of Xiahu and Karsa, they just work so well in tandem with each other. Now here's a play from Corn, bringing the game back.
Very proactive here from Corn. Flash third by 2. Slashing Maelstrom negated by a simple whop back. One summoner for 2.
Well executed from Langx. But here's the thing. Weak side playing so well. It's the second game that I've already seen from him where he's getting so much pressure in his direction and he's able to just bat it away. So good job from him.
Good to see that there's still the Jace comfortable in this lane in the top side. Falling 10 CS behind, but to be expected after the pressure came through earlier. It's not the only CS lead brewing where the rest of RNG are finding themselves in good positions. Even Karsa here with the red buff gets the double. So Youngdang missing out and starting to get a disadvantage in the jungle.
Yeah, he was trying to see if he can get any bit of vision. He knows he's going to be on privacy here if he's been tracking this one well. Yep, has an idea. I don't know if he wants to fight this though.
Youngdang's a level behind, so if he goes for this, even though Karsa doesn't have mana.
Just remember, Kennen doesn't have teleport. Kennen's not there.
Whoa.
Jake will get there first.
Mid 2v2 on spot side, excuse me, but Uzi picks it up all the same. Kill onto the support, Soutwind left by himself.
Soutwind's got to watch out. Doesn't have potions, left alone here. With the cannon wave completely pushed in, he's going to get died. So get out of there.
It's just the pressure at the bottom lane. The Karma support comes in with the Xayah, and suddenly this early game for RNG is blown wide open. There's already a 2k gold lead that's just brewed from early gameplay.
This is some type of video that you just have. If you're a Vici Gaming fan, just start studying. Take this video, bring it back to the studio, and start learning. Because the fact that Karsa and Xiahu were able to work so well to get that early invade, and then just
wow,
that is so beautiful. That's execution, my friend.
It is, like we said, the bottom lane is playing up to their limits here in RNG alongside the rest of the map. So perfectly timed Blade Caller. Kill went to the support, but you have a CS lead on Uzi Brewing. And Vici Gaming's early game is not.
Oh, here we go.
Explosive Karsa again. Scout of the Week. Everything this time perfectly. Karsa gets locked on down. Rather timed perfectly here for RNG. They get away.
That was the combo they were looking for early when they were going for the invade. Last time they pushed Rek'Sai out. This time they got him stunned in position. So second time they go for it, Youngdang's having a bad game.
As I mentioned before, the strength of Vici Gaming was their early game. How they could play around the bottom lane, how Youngdang was very proactive towards the rest of the map.
Here's the most crucial part of this game, though. Other than this...
Oh no, I think Southwind's just dead. He gets auto-bopped. Karsa is not going to flash over because he doesn't have it, but Ming wants to snipe him down.
Up. Puff, don't do this.
Oh, that's Predator. Puff still there. Youngdang in goes to the gate. Ming flashes away, looking for the Void Rush onto the support. Gets the locked on down. The smite there as well. Ming trying to cut around, but Vici Gaming get one. RNG might lose another as Youngdang almost gets bursted out. The culling from Puff. The slowdown, the light binding. It's out of range. Vici Gaming do get the pick in the end.
And they pushed them away from the dive. That was the most important part.
Yeah.
RNG were setting up. We're looking for Puff. Just had eyes on him for the kill. And they escape off of it by just killing off the backside, the one that was trying to converge on them. So let's see a replay on that one. I know we get a lot of replays in the LPL, but that one has true value.
So for important, Youngdang negates what's happening in his own jungle. Karsa was ahead as well, but Youngdang picks up 2 kills. Now suddenly the Rek'Sai with Warriors is in a good position despite losing the Ocean Dragon right here.
But the pressure doesn't stop. Sure, the Ocean Dragon being put in RNG in 11 minutes is going to be important, but like consistent pressure on the bottom side is still being thrown at Puff and Soutwind. Yep. Same's going to Corn. If you look at the CS difference, humongous. Like 118 to 92. That is huge for a Syndra that is now looking. If she gets the base off and if she's able to get Ludens, that is something you don't want to deal with.
Xiahu's been roaming down a lot.
Got it.
Speaking of roam, Vici Gaming are here to roam up to the top side.
I mean, there's not much to do here. Langx has been doing a great job dealing with the pressure being on top side. And now Xiahu has so much damage to his name. Take a look at this. Now, this led into a lot. This is damage where you're like, oh, okay, RNG is getting dived. Southwind, escape. Just run.
Yeah.
Youngdang being able to find Ming, because Ming was looking a little bit too greedy, trying to find the kill on the Southwind, rather than just trying to focus on the wave being pushed in on the bottom side. They suddenly get a kill by converging on Ming. So, great job from Vici Gaming finding that slam opportunity.
Putting the pressure off the bottom side of the map. Puff has been able to catch up otherwise. 10 CS out at the moment. Picked up Blade of the Ruined King though. So to match the Essence Reaver that's been bought rather by Uzi, you're in an okay position as the Lucian. Puff and Southwind are going to rely on the pick.
Roam squad.
RNG.
Oh, that's not how you do it, my
Happy
friend.
feet right there. It doesn't matter as he thought he saw it, but Korn gets out all the same.
He missed everything. There's no happy feet if you just cancel out your body slam to begin with.
I was impressed.
He's going to feel bad, and he should feel bad.
Fair enough.
You don't have to you don't have to even ult him in any specific direction.
You just send him out of it. Just CC him. You're right.
Whatever.
When you're right, Raz. So Korn does get out. It doesn't mean the pressure is alleviated. You go straight to the Rift Herald, and a Rift Herald picked up here with a 2-0 Syndra. That mid lane turret could be as good as dead.
Yeah, so, actually, left alone here in the bottom side of the map because they decided to go for a full swap. Now, full swaps at this time of the game, we've been seeing it a lot in the LPL. It's to get the Rift Herald. So, and not only just to get the Rift Herald, but to utilize it when the dual lane is already there to get the free damage on tower before the turret platings fall off. Expected to be used right now. Here we go.
The thing is, the bottom lane turret's getting pressured. There's 3 members down there for Vici Gaming.
Doesn't matter.
Even with the Rift Herald.
Maybe it matters a little bit.
I think it matters, right?
But all of the gold on Uzi.
On Uzi,
right there. So at least they got something out of it, even with the first turret gold going to Puff.
Yep. At least the first turret gold goes solely to Puff, or rather it's split. The 330 him, excuse me. Uzi's going to hit this one down himself, so it is a fair trade, but for Vici Gaming, they're down. A fair trade is better than none at all.
Yeah, at least Vici Gaming were in the right spot. If they had matched lanes, I think they still would have been slow to the train with Karsa being able to start up on Rift Herald that early on. So at least they're killing it before taking a good rush to the second turret. So these are great trades happening for Vici Gaming.
I thought I heard a flash there, but maybe not. It was just Uzi dissipating from the Gromp on the top side of the map. You're getting a good look at gold as well. And it's a very relevant point after turret plating goes down, because for RNG getting near to the maximum. The top side, the bottom side as well. There's a big lead everywhere except for the top side of the map. So good story for Chelizi, who died earlier. 1,200
gold lead there for Xiahu in the mid lane is pretty humongous. And you're already seeing it through the items itself. The fact that he was able to get that 1,200 gold too.
Yeah.
That seems to be the number of the game.
All right, you're right.
An advantage all on Uzi with that turret plating being thrown out. So while the trade happened, my God, is that huge.
That is absolutely huge. You're right. I want to see what the second item being built is here. A lot of the time we've seen the Essence Reaver straight to the Infinity Edge for the Xayah.
That's true.
Curious to see if Uzi's going to be doing the exact same thing. It looks like Rapid Fire Cannon. So back to the old build of Spring.
The range, the attack speed, just wave clear has been the focus. If you've been watching Uzi's point of view streams, he has been a primary wave clear type. So while you have Infinity Edge and Essence Reaper, that's just perfect for skirmishing because you utilize the feathers that you have on the field for like a humongous pullback damage.
Yeah.
I just like the fact that he recognizes his role. His mid laner is huge, and if he's in the fight, they should win. So he doesn't need to be going for the same skirmishing build. Also,
if he goes into the 1v1 with Puff, there's a big chance that Puff with Blade of the Ruined King could outmatch him, even at this point with the 2 items onto Uzi. So gets a bit of that range advantage. Curious to see that one happen because Uzi still has a 20 CS lead in that bottom lane, but mid continues to grow and the pressure that comes off of it is right here.
And this is why Xiahu's not finding himself on side lane and why Langx is right now once again alone on the top side.
Yep.
This is turning into a double Ocean game here for RNG. Ocean Dragon's coming up in 8 seconds and expect RNG to go for it immediately just to kind of give Langx a bit of a break. Youngdang's not giving him anything.
He's hovering nearby.
Hey!
You can see Langx just dropping balls,
Get away!
dropping pings. While the bottom side of the map continues to push in. So even though RNG, Langx's not getting too much on the top side, he's still farming, he's still there near the wave. And RNG are getting that double Ocean you mentioned before.
All right, maximize the gold. Get Uzi the gold while being able to use Xiahu. Help out, pick up the Ocean Dragon. What's the next one? Cloud. So it's not the best, but it's still helpful for RNG. Now, just kind of, they should focus on the mid lane outer turret.
You know, the one person in his team going, yeah, there's a Cloud coming up is Karsa. Watch that Predator Gragas run as he runs to the mid lane. Now, this for RNG is a good move. Puff needs to be careful where he stands, though, as you saw there. One bit of catch from Xiahu is going to get him dead.
Problem here is that he's in a position where he does need to go back to base if he's utilizing his abilities to just kind of wave clear under turret. He has no mana right now, which gives RNG a good back timing or ability to pressure through mid and cover for their jungle and top space. So if we're just talking about RNG not only having the gold lead, but having a positional lead on the map, I mean, we are exactly what we expected in this series.
Yeah. No point keeping track of the gold at the top side for now. Let's touch base there in another 5 minutes or so. When we get towards the Cloud and when we expect to see maybe some of the fights around Vision Control and Baron, which is 2 minutes 30 away right now as well. So at this point for RNG, you got the pick potential of the Jace and the Syndra coming into their 2-item power spike towards that 20-minute mark.
Yeah, and I'm wondering what we're going to be getting out of the primary carries, specifically Xiahu for these fights, but it seems like Vici Gaming have another narrative on their hands. Attack him!
Oh, Life Binding does connect. They're going to do the burst damage. Southwind trying to prove he's by himself. Guess it doesn't matter in the end. Uzi and Ming just leave.
Yeah, they didn't want to just start piling in on him when he was 10 miles away from the bush.
Yep.
I wouldn't be able to get the speed off that one. And Corn would have to, well, now he's coming back onto the field. He's got himself a good side lane, top side. So good response. Didn't work out. Put him on side lane. Building up experience because he's right now at an experience deficit.
Yes.
So they can utilize the Rise later on.
He needs some CS and Youngdang needs some help. Youngdang, excuse me, just walking away. That's Predator proc there by Karsa. So small wins for Vici where you can get him. This does not feel like one because Karsa's walking in the Raptors. He takes the big one away. And that is a small loss there from Youngdang.
A journey around the world. Karsa was at the start. Once again, another experience advantage here for Karsa in mid lane. But they should start turning it to something a little bit more significant. You can already see how low the HP is.
Yeah.
What they need, you can already see Xiahu top lane. He already has the wave pushed up top. But I would say the best place to be right now is leaning towards the bottom side of the map. Have that shoved out with Jace's pressure, and then you can start trying to cut through mid lane like they were initially. But here's the play on Karsa.
Again, Vici Gaming trying to be proactive here. Explosive casting to Youngdang doesn't send him anywhere. Karsa might die. Void Rush will not be used, but instead the flash there from the jungler. So Vici are being very proactive here.
These are small, short plays, right? If they're behind in pace, they don't want to commit to any larger fight. That usually happens for teams that are too bloodthirsty. Vici, actually, Victory 5 of last split was a team that, when they found themselves back into the game, they would lose it just as quickly. So just cut tempo. Karsa now can't go back to the play I was referring to in the past because that mid lane turret's up much longer now with the play that they made on Karsa's head. So it's allowing Vici Gaming a longer game.
And the longer it is, Rise, Cannon into these fights. Even the support Lux, you find yourself at that 40-minute mark regretting walking into it.
I'm not going to lie, I like RNG's composition later down the line. It just gives Vici Gaming still a chance, right?
Yeah.
And if we're just talking about what their composition could be used for, Rise on side lane is still a pretty dang good option. Yep. So they can try and avoid the fights that we're referring to, or just kind of hope that Lux is able to get a good pick. So pick composition now it's turned into.
Yep.
Or great 1-4.
As long as Vici Gaming can hold this turret, though, for Puff, it'll be good news. Catch-up game here for Korn, for Chelizi, mainly Youngdang and Puff as well. There's pretty much everyone from Vici on aim, so seems to be catch-up in the mid lane while the push is up here topside for Vici Gaming. Xiahu's now moved up here into a side lane, but opens himself up to ganks.
Here we go.
See if he can walk his way up.
Might not want to do it, though.
Has Cleanse, has Flash, level 13 on the Syndra.
If you look at the minimap, Ming once again doing his job. A lot of the time he hovers over lanes that look like they're in a vulnerable position. Ultimately, Syndra wants to be with her team grouped up in a 4v4 or 5v5 situation. Yep. So whenever she's put in a lane alone and away from pressure, it's nice to have your support just hovering over just in case. Because if you've recognized your mid laners in a vulnerable position, 100% the enemy team has done that as well.
Especially with Karma as well. Because remember, Athene's is just a fantastic item.
Yep.
Your shield, half health, it's practically a Soraka hill at max rank. So for Ming, being close by is always a safety net. But eventually Xiahu leaves that top turret, and there's another small win for Vici Gaming.
That's a nice, calm victory that you're able to get with Korn on your side. So that's an evolution that we've talked about with Korn earlier today, but RNG is able to get the response here too.
So opening up the mid lane turret means there's no outers left. The poke comes through from Southwind, but it's not enough to start anything up from Vici Gaming. Chelizi now nearby. We'll have to clear this ward as he gets spotted out.
Here we go. Here comes the point where you roll the dice. What's the next dragon going to do?
And you hope it's something better than this. No one likes Cloud. No one likes a double Cloud, but let's just get all of them.
It's okay. Dragon's run speed, baby. Yep. Karma run speed.
Syndra run speed as well, apparently. Xiahu just going face first. There's a 3-level difference between him and for Youngdang at the moment. That's a lot, especially coming into the 22-minute mark as we are now. Also surprised the fact that RNG, it's slowly been growing. Despite Vici Gaming getting these pick-offs in this mid-game, RNG 4K gold ahead, and that's come out of nowhere. Where last time we checked in, 2.5 at max. Vici Gaming were keeping it slight, but if they can get Xiahu here with the shutdown, maybe it's different. Scatter the Week, perfectly done. Chelizi has nothing.
Yeah, didn't even have to use Cleanse or Flash. At this stage of the game, a lot of the times people will recognize that this is what you get out of not only LCK games, LCS games.
Yep.
Oh, unless if they find an opportunity.
Youngdang might be called out. Blade Caller doesn't lock him in place. Uzi walks forward, dodges the light binding, dodges everything. Just smacks Southwind for one. And now that they're on the top side of the map, RNG, this is the tempo we were talking about.
It's far disciplined. Now Southwind and Chelizi cannot deal with this.
What an explosive Karsa who comes in and unleash chaos and unleash the feathers as they fly into the face of Southwind. Another pick for RNG.
Got enough of a minion to be able to take this turret down too. Man. This is frustrating to deal with this here, Vici.
Yeah.
Seems like you get small leads and they get completely thrown to the wayside. And that's just how RNG likes to play it. I like to play technically on Xiahu, but Xiahu just plays it once again calm and collected. Doesn't even have to use either of his sums in the initial play. Use the flash aggressively later on. But like initially, just used his E to back him on up. Kennen wasn't able to get anything off of it. So that's frustrating to watch to begin with. And then you see plays like these. And Uzi and Xiahu knows what to do to get the kill on a Southwind.
You can see that RNG see Youngdang backing beneath the turret and make the move.
And so we're at the stage of the game. Another kill should go through on Southwind.
He's got the shield there. Unleash power. No.
Yep.
Not
matter.
Enough. Xiahu destroys him. He's 3-0-1 now, Raz. He's got his Sonya's Hourglass second, and that's why that damage came through. As RNG find Korn as well. Burn the flash out of him. And Baron's right there staring them in the eyes.
And this is the part of the game that you have to fear for if you're Vici Gaming, because the item points that we have here for RNG is the Let's Go. Infinity Edge complete on Uzi.
There it is.
They want the fight.
3 items Zaya now for the Realm Warp in. Youngdang gets taken into it very, very early. I think he was edging out of that one, but at 3k health, the Baron still getting taken across. Karsa gets caught out here, or rather sets it up himself. ARS to RNG coming on in. Chelizi bursted down the inner fire. Crisps him. Vici Gaming lose their top laner, almost lose their support to a culling Puff, trying to carry this one across.
RNG may have to base off this one. They don't want to wait too long for Chelizi to come back up and alive. So close, almost got Puff there.
Does mean that Baron will be pulled off, so Chelizi sacrifices his life.
But they have to stagger their base. If you look at how many members right now of Vici Gaming are up and alive, they want to find that one punch to come back in, and Baron buff would be just that. But you can already see members still up and alive when you see Ming coming onto the map. Now you would expect Karsa to base as well. And actually, he's healed up quite a bit. Remember, Double Ocean Dragon is doing quite a bit of work right now.
Yeah. Also, that Cloud is as well. Sorry, I couldn't say that with a straight face. Ming, at this point, I want to see what the Karma's building. Second item here. There's been Redemption. There's been Ardent Sensor as the go-to. I'm pretty sure we expect to see the Ardent Sensor onto Uzi. Looks like the build is there, definitely there, with Ionian Boots of Lucidity alongside. So for Ming, Uzi's only going to get that much stronger.
Yeah, at this point, I don't even know if we get to that stage of the game. Vision control around the Baron buff is so slim, as you can see the blue trinket being thrown in there. And the value of blue trinket is just so astronomical when you face up against the top 3 teams in the league.
Yep.
Because when they start, and I'm talking about RNG here, start flexing on you. Start putting you in an arm bar. Just like start choking you out. You need those blue trinkets to see how much time you have left with Baron being burnt. They don't have that anymore.
Such a low cooldown as well. Those lenses come into handy as well. Vici Gaming trying to clear out some vision in the Baron pit with it. Right now, getting towards that Baron pit seems like such a hard task. RNG reward Vici Gaming shut out once again, and 7k gold lead that's still only brewing, and RNG had the shove mid. They had the push, and Karsa has the barrel.
They have to be calm in this situation. Corrin doesn't have blue trinket for a reason. He's been trying to force RNG's hand by split pushing up against the Jace. So that's something that we were talking about earlier on. Vici Gaming have a great 1-4, but it pushes RNG to press this game a little bit quicker. Because see, they're on a timer right now with RNG, or at least Corrin, that is.
Yep.
Starting to chip at this turret.
They're trying to make a move. There's Karsa with the flank. He comes on in. Southwind doesn't exist in the game anymore. And Uzi, with the help of Xiahu, knocked down Chelizi. His slicing maelstrom is mute. And now for RNG, the Baron is a safe choice.
That came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Karsa he knew the vision well, just cut right in behind them.
There was easy pickings there for RNG. And coming into this series, we asked, what would it be like? Because Vici Gaming need to bring their A game against RNG, who've been doing it so far in summer. The Youngdang getting shut out, sent over the wall. RNG can now safely
tunnel and flash. He doesn't have tunnel
Baron
anymore, actually. So good luck. You're losing this.
He's out of there. Baron goes down. There it is. RNG pick it up.
At least they're trading through bot. But like, this is the type of thing we're trying to give them, right? We're saying at least they got bottom lane turret. They're always on a losing end of the trade. So at this stage right now, look at the gold lead. RNG are flatly ahead. Langx has dealt with as much as the Vici Gaming has thrown at them. And now at this point, he should just start grouping. He's a Jace in what seems to be a baroned up siege comp. I think it's going to work out well for them.
So far, Vici Gaming have held onto their base, have held on to the inner turret down in the bottom lane, where the Langx groups up or sends the rest of RNG to the bottom side, which looks to be the case. Or maybe towards that next cloud, we'll find out shortly. But Karsa,
did we have to see this again? It's the saddest case for Soutwind, who got blown up by the ultimate to begin with before a single auto start, critting in from Uzi. So Uzi is huge. Double kill going towards him.
He picked up his double zeal item as well there, Raz. Lifeline now available for him, so harder and harder to kill this 80 carriers. Vici trying to gang up on Southwind again after now they know the whole of RNG are bot side.
All right, let's see how many people can fall on this one. At least Vici Gaming see them. This is going to be the initial siege unless if he just...
Predator Karsa.
Oh, help me!
Karsa. Southwind again, Raz. He's been cornered out, left to the wind himself, and has to flash away. Almost dies. Puff joins that party, but it's no party for Vici Gaming.
This is so ridiculous.
Flash over the wall. Yeah, that is the dichotomy of ridiculousness as Youngdang finds himself in a very bad place.
Still got the wave here. Vici Gaming have to base alongside with Youngdang not being on the map, so good luck with this one.
This is an absolute shellacking if I've seen one here in the LPL in summer. RNG 10k inhibitor, everything is theirs, and at this point now Uzi can walk forward into Southwind. The feathers fly, the lightning surges, but unfortunately RNG have too much control in this game. Uzi gets another, and another, and another. Korn gets bursted. Xiahu sends the orbs towards them, and RNG have just done way too much. Vici Gaming hung, drawn, and quartered here in game one.
So welcome